Hey everybody, I'm Rob with Anderson Barbecue Supply, and today in this video we're going to quickly review the Gen 3 BARQ Smokers produced by Myron Mixon and powered by Smokin Brothers. Alright, so today we're going to go over these brand new Myron Mixon Gen 3 BARQ Pellet Smokers powered by Smokin Brothers. These things just came in yesterday and they are a beast. They are well built and they offer a lot of space to get your barbecue on. If you are a person with a large family, if you're a caterer, if you just like throwing big parties in the neighborhood, these cookers are for you. So I've been a dealer of Smokin Brothers pellet grills for about a year and a half. I've had one in my house for 2 years. We're up in Minnesota. I cook through the winter on these things, and they are indestructible. I've sold a bunch of them. All of our customers are super happy with them. And now Smokin Brothers is essentially producing these Myron Mixon Gen 3 BARQ smokers with a lot of the benefits that were in a Smokin Brothers. So if you're familiar with Smokin Brothers, this front hopper looks similar along with the bottom part of the grill. Going to be a little different here, and we'll explain those differences. But first and foremost, the thing on these pellet smokers that I really like are the front hopper. For me, it's super easy to have at home. Dump the pellets in. You don't have to worry about going up and over the back or coming to the side. The other added benefit is you have this other 10 inches away from the cooking chamber. So if you have young kids at home like I do, if you're cooking, they can come and touch this front part all they want. They're not going to get burned. Just don't let them touch the controller and turn your grill off. So the 2400 here on my left is a really decent sized cooker. These have 4 full shelves in them that are 20 inches deep, 20 and a half inches deep actually, and I'll get you a measurement on the side. There's about 2,400 square inches of cooking availability on this. I'm not good with square inches and space, so I'm going to give you some real measurements there. You have about 28 inches interior to interior wall, and you have a full 20 and a half front to back. One of the cool things about these grills that I like is you can literally take a full hotel pan, a cookie sheet, slide it in front to back. On these, I think you can get up to 8 in here, so you have plenty of space. These stainless steel grates also slide directly out, so there's no up and over, there's no hitch to them. Slide right out. You can pull these right out of the grill to wash them, to move your food around. Super simple. The other thing with these grills and smokers, they're made of 12-gauge steel. So the frame is welded together. You don't have any screws, nuts, bolts holding it together. They move around really easily. You can see the big rear wheels, and the front wheels, or the left wheels I should say, are a caster. They're lockable, fully swivelable, so super easy to move this grill around. The top of this grill is what really makes it and gives it that capacity that you want. So the top is double walled. The lid is double walled. The lid has mesh gasket going around the circumference of it, so when you shut it, you're getting a great seal. You're not getting any you're not getting any smoke or moisture escaping from that cooking chamber. They don't have any probe ports on the sides of these, but with this mesh gasket, you can easily put a probe through here, right on the side, and it's going to compress and you're not going to lose anything. The other cool thing about the Mixons here, slightly different from the Smokin Brothers, is that they have a downdraft system. So on the back of this grill too, it is also double walled, and that cool smoke is going to find that pocket, come up, and exhaust through the back. Meaning that you're essentially going to have more circulation of that smoke that you want through the cooking chamber, and then when that air cools down and finds that pocket, it's going to come up and exhaust. So the more circulation, the better flavor of smoke you're going to get on your grill. That's why these things are a great, just a great machine. They're super solid. On the side, you also have a handle for help moving it around. On the underside, which I'll take some video of, you also have space under there for Storage. The grease bucket on these is another feature that I really like that Smokin Brothers kind of pioneered, I believe. On the interior, well, let's just say this. On a lot of other pellet grills, you'll see that chute come to the outside of that cooking chamber. So once that grease leaves, that grease is going to start to cool down and possibly create a grease dam, which could lead to a backup and a fire. We don't want that. So Smokin Brothers, their grease trap goes straight down through their cooking chamber. When it exits the bottom of that cooking chamber, it literally drops into the bucket. There's no more chute, there's no more metal for that grease to hold on to. It drops down and it's right on the underside. The other benefit is that that grease bucket is protected from the weather. So if you're out cooking in the rain, you're not going to get extra rain in there either. So it's a really nice feature. The big guy here, the Myron Mixon Gen3 BARQ Pellet Smoker 3600 is even more of a beast. The width side to side, you're getting about 45 inches on the unit, and with the wheels, you're more like 48, 49 inches. And then front to back, which I haven't mentioned yet, is about 36 inches. So it's a pretty good sized smoker, although moving it around our store here the last 2 days, it's been pretty easy. So same thing with the lid. The lid is double walled. The sides are double walled. The lid has the mesh gasket on it. And for reference, I'm 5'6". I'm not the tallest person in the world. Some smokers that are a little taller or have that big lid, I have a really hard time getting up and over sometimes. This Myron Mixon, because it's slightly lower to the ground, it's really easy for me to lift up. That lid isn't overly heavy. It still provides great protection, great insulation from the weather. So it's really well built. Interior to interior, you got 42 inches, and same depth, you got 20 and a half. So you have another 4 stainless steel grates. You can fit 12 hotel pans in these. So like I said, capacity, if that's what you're looking for, you can easily do it. I was just told that one of the cooks done on these recently, they fit 12 tri-tips on one rack alone. So that'll give you some more reference points for how much you can fit in these smokers. So if you're looking for capacity, these are it. Again, front hopper, which is really nice, 28-pound hopper plus a little bit more in there, I believe, actually. So you're going to get quite a bit of cook time. All the components on these guys are literally, the Q-View controller is right behind here, and the fan is right under here. You take this front panel off, and you have access to everything you need should you ever have to replace anything. The one thing I haven't talked about is the drip pan and the heat diffuser in these grills, which I really love. They're just like the Smokin Brothers, super heavy gauge steel. The drip pan is heavy gauge. That's going to help diffuse that heat up and around. Same thing with the heat diffuser. It's really important to have a really good one. If you don't, that's going to lead to uneven heating in your cooking chamber, and you don't want to be worried about rotating ribs, rotating tri-tips. You just want to be able to put it in, have the grill going, and forget about it. I will splice in some video of the interior components of this grill, but it's really well built. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure I missed a couple things. Like I said, I haven't been able to smoke on these yet, but they are available for sale at Anderson Barbecue Supply. We're located in St. Paul, Minnesota. You can check us out on our website, andersonbbqsupply.com. And there's probably a handful of dealers with these in stores. Feel free to give us a call. I'll talk to you about the construction, even if I know you're in California, you're not going to be buying from me. I'm certainly open to the phone call. I'll walk you through. I can send you other pictures. We'll try to do a social media post with some more stuff here, but these smokers are pretty darn nice, and I expected nothing less coming from Smokin Brothers, and coming from Myron Mixon, the winningest man in barbecue. So if you're looking for capacity, these guys are probably your ticket. I'm assuming, too, that in all weather, these are going to cook just fine. They do come with one meat probe, which is nice, but you also have the option with that gasket to put some more through, which you might need if you're doing a ton of stuff in here. So please comment below if you have any questions, comments, and we'll answer those as soon as we can. Also, on our YouTube channel here, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe, share. We really appreciate it. We'll see you later.